if close type 0. If close type 0 we use it when we talk about facts, scientific facts, when we talk about something that happens at any time. تمام؟ شو الفورم تبعه عشان ارجع اعمل لك اياه؟ نعيد هذا الحكي اللي هو when or if present simple. المين كلوز اللي هو present simple زي ما حكينا. الاف كلوز sentence consists of two parts. الاف بارت اللي هذا هو اللي فيه الاف او الوين، والمين كلوز اللي هو الشق الثاني. تمام؟ يس.
تمام.
Mrs. Ronnie, I'm going to teach you some English. I'm going to teach you some grammar. Love grammar. Grammar is hard, difficult, confusing, nerve-wracking. I hope to make this really, really simple for you. I'm going to teach you about conditionals. Now, a lot of people get really stuck and confused and hate conditionals. I'm here to make it easy for you. In English, we have 4 conditionals. I'm going to teach you 2.
4 أنواع بس إحنا نتعلم 3. أوكي.
You'll get them, I promise. Conditionals in English always start with if or when. Yes. Most of the times they're going to start with
هلا احنا عشان نسهل عليكم ميزنا الاف كلوز كونديشنال 0 بالوين. معي انتوا صح؟
يا مس.
You can also use. So, the first one I'm going to teach you is zero conditional. Zero conditional, you can think of as something that is always 100% true.
إذا zero conditional when we talk about something that's 100% true اللي هي حقيقة 100%.
Is anything really 100% always true? That's a debate. But if you think of things that I like to call scientific things, things that have been tested and tried, experimented upon, you're going to come to the realization that some things are and will be 100%. Scientific things. Let's look at this first example. If ice melts, it becomes water.
صبايا. If ice melts لما إذا داب الثلج it becomes water. ماشي الحال؟ بتحول لإيش؟ لمي. This is a fact 100% true. صحيحة 100%. صح ولا لا؟ شو استخدمنا هون إحنا؟ We use if أو when present simple and in main clause present simple. Why do we use melts? Because we are talking about singular here. شايفين مؤشر معي انتوا اللي عم بحط لكم اياه؟ Yes.
Always it into the sun or I give it heat. This is what melts mean. Melt means it changes from a solid to a liquid state. With heat, it changes into water. Unfortunately, it doesn't change into beer or money or gold or chocolates. Ice always will become water. So, if something is 100% scientific, you're going to use a zero conditional. How do you make conditionals? This is the fun part. As I told you, conditionals usually start with if or we can use when. So a zero conditional is if plus the subject
فاعل
plus the base verb.
Base verb اللي هو الفعل.
Now it's very important that you do not use any other verb. You can't use a gerund. You can't use past tense. You can't use would. You can't use
لا مجرد ولا past tense. Present simple.
Use the base verb.
Base اللي هو الأساسي.
So if subject plus base verb, subject
فاعل
plus base verb.
Base verb
again
in present simple and subject.
This is the basic zero conditional pattern or style of grammar. So if we look at this, I have if, my subject is ice, and I have melts. Oh, why did I put an S on melts?
Because singular.
And why did I put an S on becomes?
Because we are talking about singular.
Does anyone know the answer? The answer is because this is singular. It and ice is singular. If your subject is singular, you need to put an S on the verb 100% of the time. So, if ice melts, I have a comma. It is my subject. Becomes, base verb again, water. Base verb. Can you think of another zero conditional? You can change this and say, it becomes water if ice melts. I can also change the sentence
Yes.
order, and it doesn't affect the meaning of the sentence.
اوكي صبايا زي النوت اللي اعطيتكم اياها if we change or convert اذا احنا حطينا المين clause first and if clause second there is no change on meaning but we don't use what we shouldn't use a comma صح yes yeah
If I drink 200 shots of tequila, I will be very sick. I might die, but I become sick, violently sick. I don't want to do it. Okay? The next one is your beautiful first conditional.
first conditional
I just want you
إذا
to
جاء
look
تاسع
at the difference in the composition. The conditional is if plus subject, base verb, subject.
إذا conditional or present or present simple main clause present if clause type 1 لما بنحكي عن إشي that may or may not happens in the future شو الفورم تبعه بيكون if clause type 1 عبارة عن if present simple well infinitive future form
Plus base verb again. Take a look at this sentence. If I go to the movies, I will, or you can use may,
هدول صحيح will may might
or could, eat, pop.
but we use in our class here or 9th grade well
Corn. Is this scientific?
no أكيد مش حقيقة علمية هذه something that may happens or may not يا أما بروح يا أما ممكن ما أروح
If I go to the movies, this means that I have to, 100% of the time, eat popcorn. Not scientific. Some people don't even like popcorn. Or maybe you don't have any money. Or maybe you want chocolate instead of popcorn. So, in the first conditional, the basic thing of it is not scientific. It cannot be 100%. But it's things that are probable.
احتمال ممكن أو ممكن لا
Likely to happen, or most of the time, this is true. So most of the time when people go to the movies, they eat popcorn. Let's look at the structure of this one.
Okay.
In the zero conditional, this is the structure. Can you tell me what's different?
What's the difference في عندي المودلز okay تاسع
About the first conditional? We have if plus subject plus base. So this is going to be the same.
طيب تاسع I will ask you a question. If the subject here is Ali or Sarah, the verb is
goes.
The verb will
بصير
be
goes.
goes. Yes, thank you because thank you.
If plus subject
and verb in the
plus
present.
base. Then again we have subject.
Well, and
What are these guys doing here? Oh no! These are called modals.
modal.
The modals in English are will, may,
These
might,
are called modals. فعلا هي الجمل كيف
and
كتبتها.
could. In the zero conditional, we
بس احكي لنا القاعدة انت بالهاي للتايب 1.
Type 1 عبارة عن if present simple if subject present simple كوما will infinitive كتبناها وهي موجودة معانا هلا بدي أفرجيكم إياها على جرامر نوت.
do not use a modal. It's bad. So, the only difference in structure between zero and first conditional is first conditional, you must use a modal. That's it. Yay, it's so easy. Wow, okay. So, if subject plus base, subject plus modal. And we don't even change the verb. It's the same base verb.
طبعا الفيرب بعد الويل بيجي infinitive. What do you mean by infinitive؟ مجرد ما بضيف له أي شيء نهائي.
Base. If you have any questions.
اوكي ما شرحت التايب 3. Now التاسع. Now let's راح نرجع للإف كلوز تايب 1 0 1 2 at the end of our meeting today. نعم يا مس.
مس أنا هاي القاعدة الإف كلوز مس حضرتها كلها عن اليوتيوب وأعطتني إياها القاعدة الثلاث.
بالضبط هي سهلة وواضحة. we will repeat. راح نعيدها وراح نحكيها كمان مرة. يس يا تامن. يس يا تاسع. Now let's move to our lesson today. At the end of the our meeting. شوف شو راح أعطيك يا تاسع. شايفين؟ This is our training material. This is the rule. This is the rule. If clause type 0, if clause type 1, if clause type 2, conditional type 2. Okay? At the end of our meeting, we will go through the rule. Okay? Yes, يا تاسع. Now let's continue. Let's continue the lesson for yesterday. Open your book, please. أنا عندي هو الرقم يا تاسع أنا فاتحة. Open your book on page
10.
On page 10, please. Now we are going to revise the birds of opposites. Page 10. Okay. The birds of opposites. Yes. Match the opposites. What do you mean by opposite?
عكس أو ضد.
العكس. Okay. Now, yes. Now we are going to here. Yes يا تاسع.
مس حلنا امبارح.
Number 1. يلا يا زينة.
لا هاد.
صوت زينة. يلا يا زينة.
One enemy, the opposite of enemy, a friend. The opposite of enemy, friend.
As a friend is a number 1 C. Yes, thank you Zaina. Yes, number 2. Raise your hand please. A new student يا تاسع. يلا يا تاسع. يلا يا.
بس خليني.
لا بدون خليني. Raise your hand. Yes يا فرح. Yes يا فرح.
The opposite of safe is dangerous. D.
Dangerous. Part of speech of safe is
Adjective.
it's an adjective. Thank you. Yes يا تلين. Yes يا تلين.
The opposite of turn on is turn off. A.
The opposite of turn. Yes, the opposite of turn on. Turn off. Thank you. Yes يا ليلى. ليلى إياد.
Wrong. B. Right.
Wrong. Opposite of wrong. Right. Yes.
Right.
Now I will give you the answers in order to check your answers, please. Check your answers. Then we will move to exercise number 2 in order to use these birds of opposites in order to fill in the blank. Okay? Yes, يا تاسع. Yes, please. Check your answers. Number 1 C, number 2 D, number 3 A, number B. Yes. Ready?
Yes.
Yes. Now we are going to move. I will give you some time. In order to answer number 2. I will give you 3 minutes in order to answer number 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go on.
مس اختاري قبل ما نبلش نحل.
لا take your time. I will choose. لأنه بدي a new students. بعد هاي الحصة عشان ممكن أمدها شوي. يا تاسع، عندكم بعد هاي الحصة إشي؟
بس إن
علينا حصة عربي.
طيب لو سمحتوا انتوا عم بتحلوا، الله يرضى عليكم ابعتوا لي الرابط كمان مرة للبنات اللي مش مشاركين معنا، مش داخلين معنا. Is it difficult يا تاسع؟ يس يا تاسع، ready؟ يلا يا نمبر 1 حلا، نمبر 2
يلا.
نمبر شوي بدي اوزعكم. نمبر 2 نمبر 3 راما حسن، نمبر 4 راما نهاد، نمبر 5 سدين عطاري. يس
نمبر 2 بس هم بس 4.
نمبر 5 ولا 4؟
4 يا مس.
اوكي اشوف السبيسز الموجوده. اوكي ما هو بقدر احط انه بنمبر 2 ستودنتس. اوكي هرجع اوزعكم. يلا نمبر 1 ونمبر 2 صحيح. نمبر 3 بدي اعمل سنه كمان لنمبر 3 سكند سبيس. تالين نمبر 4 سكند 1. يس يلا ليتس ستارت يا تاسع. ليتس ستارت. يس
Number 1. It was dark when I arrived. I stopped the car, turned off engine, went to the house, opened the engine, went to the house.
Thank you. خليني اختار another student in order to answer. يلا يا لين محمد. Continue number 1. Continue number 1.
ماشي شوي.
Open the door.
Turned off the engine.
Are you sure?
Are you sure
يا لين؟ لين
لا شوي أنا
open
ما
the
كنتش
door.
عارفة
فتحت
أروح.
الباب and شو بعمل؟
turned on the lights
Thank you.
inside.
إذا thank you لين and thank you. It was dark when I arrived. كانت الدنيا ليل لما أنا وصلت. I stopped the car. طبعا شيء أكيد. Turned off the engine. المحرك أنا وقفت المحرك. Entered the door and entered the house and opened the door and turned on the lights. Thank you. Yes, number 2. Number 2. Yes, yeah, number 2. Number 2.
بس أحله أنا.
طب أنا بدي أعين. يس يا حكينا لا. يلا راما نهاد and سديل ناصر.
Why are you always angry with Dima? She isn't your enemy. You know.
Okay.
And she wants to be your friend.
Thank you. Yes, number 3.
Miriam got 95% in the test. She got almost everything right.
Thank you.
Okay, and just one thing wrong.
Wrong. Yes, thank you. Number 4. يلا يا صبايا number 4.
أنا حكيت لي الخيار الثاني.
يس يا تالين سدين عطاري number 4. بدي أسمع صوتك.
بس عملتها.
أوكي لا خلص أعطينا.
بس خليني أنا.
سالي معلش اليوم ما سمعنا صوت سالي.
مسألني واحد فيهم.
Number 4-1.
It's too dangerous for the children to go out on the road. They
Thank
must
you.
stay
Yes,
in
يا
the
تالين.
garden.
Thank you.
It's safe there.
يلا يا تالين كملي معلش.
They must stay in the garden. It's safe there.
Thank you very much. Now let's check your answers. Check your answers please. تأكدي من إجاباتك يا تاسع. This is the right and correct answers. Check your answers.
Miss, we have just 3 minutes. Miss, إيش بدنا نعمل فيهم؟
No, not 3 minutes. يلا يا تاسع. تاسع now. Ready? جاهزين انتوا؟
Yes.
يلا تاسع.
Yes.
Now look at the screen here. طلعي لي على الشاشة هون. Now I'm going to explain for more than the second time or the third time if close type 0, type 1, type 2. Okay, if close type 0, be careful. Look at the form. طلعي لي على الفورم تبعه. When present simple, present simple. This is conditional clause type 0. Look at the example 1. When we get up, we have breakfast. Look at the main verb here. Look at get up and have. Have here is a main verb, صح? Look at get up, simple present, and have here in simple present. We don't use models because if clause type 0 and we are talking about a fact. If it is cold, إذا كانت الدنيا برد, we eat something hot. تمام. This is if clause type 0. When do we use if clause type 0? When we talk about something that happens at any time. If it is cold, لما بتكون الدنيا برد, we eat something hot. This may happen at any time. If it is warm tomorrow, إذا هي الدنيا warm tomorrow, we will go to the beach. إذا this is if clause type 1. Look at the use of well. انتبهي على استخدام well. إذا this is if clause type 1 اللي هو when we talk about something that may happen or may not happen in the future. في عندي بالif clause sorry. في عندي بالif clause simple present كمان present simple and the main clause اللي حكينا عنه دايما well. تمام. إذا if clause type 0 for things that happens regularly بشكل منتظم. okay. For things that may or may not happen at any time اللي هي at any time اللي هي zero conditional. May or may not happens in the future or happen in the future اللي هي type 1. واضح؟ هلا في عندي التايب 2 يا تاسع. If clause conditional type 2, if it was warm today, okay, we would be at the beach now. Now look or notice at the main verb, it's in the past, بالماضي, past simple and in if clause. And look at the main clause here, the verb is would and infinitive. Okay, we use if clause type 0 to talk about unreal situations. مواقف غير حقيقية imaginary situations. ماشي الحال. Look at the main verb here.
بتاعت الحصة.
simple past.
بس خلصت الحصة.
بس اسمعي شوي. طب أنا عارفة إنها خلصت الحصة لو سمحتي. عم بعطيكي آخر نقاط. معلش. if simple past and would infinitive. ثامن you have a homework. راح أعطيكي homework. who has the training material؟ مين أخذ التريننج material؟ مين أخذها؟ مين نقلها عن
أنا أخذتها.
أنا.
اوكي يا ريت تشيروا الملف هذا لبعض. وفي عندك هوم ويرك نمبر 1 اند نمبر 2 اللي عم بعطيكي عليه على المؤشر انا، اللي هو بيج 4. بيج 4 اتس ا هوم ويرك نمبر 1 اند نمبر 2. معلش يا صبايا. تمام يا بنات؟
تمام.
تمام.
don't leave. خليكي معاي. don't leave please عشان أنزل قائمة الحضور. thank you. any question you can ask me, you can send to me to a messenger أو أي طريقة تتواصلي معي فيها. I'm ready. أوكي تاسع؟ بليز اعملوا شير الملف اللي أعطيتكم. thank you.
يعطيك
مس
العافية.
عبير.
thank you.
مس عبير.
مس وين الواجب؟
طلعت.
علينا هلا
نصف
عربي.
الواجب.
الواجب يا بنات.
مش من الكتاب.
بنات
نقرأ.
طلعت
تفضل.
حلا. حلا.